the New York Jets should be able to beat the New England Patriots pretty easily. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and today I want to talk about, what's the game plan? How do the New York Jets go out there and actually beat the New England Patriots? And why do I think the game plan is relatively simple? I kind of broke it down into three kind of key major areas that the New York Jets just need to focus on against the New England Patriots. And if you do that, you should be able to walk away with a victory. So let's not waste any time and let's hop right into it. And I think the number one thing is that we know how the New England Patriots are going to attack the New York Jets. And we have an ability to counteract that. Now, the biggest problem here is that the way that the New England Patriots offensively have been attacking other teams is the way that the New York Jets have been struggling defensively, and that is in the rushing game. If we look at the New England Patriots running back duo in Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson, they both have had over 180. They both had over 80 yards in the game against Seattle last Sunday. And so going into this game against a New York Jets team that has been, struggling against the run, this seems like a very, very good key to victory for the New England Patriots. Here's the caveat to all of that. The New York Jets defense actually looked better when Jamien Sherwood came in for the injured C.J. Mosley. And C.J. Mosley has already been ruled out for the game tonight. And so that means that, one, we've added some more speed to the middle linebacker group in adding Jamien Sherwood to the mic, but also it gives us more speed in the other areas in the linebacker group, because before, Jamien Sherwood is a starting linebacker. He would play the weak side linebacker for the New York Jets alongside CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams. Well, with CJ out, we've now got an influx of youth because the next man up isn't going to be as old as CJ. Now, losing the in-game experience that CJ has and his IQ and his eyes and his vision and all of those things is a thing that we're going to see if we can pivot from, obviously. But our defense did look much faster and much more violent once CJ went down. So that's a plus. And the other thing, and I talked about this on the Armchair GM show with Green Bean yesterday, we're back. So go over to the Talking Jets channel and hit the subscribe button to tune in every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We need to stop with the experiments on the defensive line. We know that we have a ton of players that have been hurt on the defensive line, JJ, Lecky Fotu, and a bunch of different guys like that. We have to stop with the experiments of moving Quinnen Williams and trying to get him in his one-on-ones. While I ultimately love that plan, and it is not something that I'm saying shelve it forever, I'm saying shelve it temporarily. Let's get the defensive line unit actually operating well before we start adding really, really intelligent wrinkles in giving our best defensive lineman whatever one-on-one he wants. But we can't do that until the run defense gets better. So that is the first key to victory. Now, one of the things that helps that is the fact that there is not a single wide receiver in the New England Patriots team who has more than 30 receiving yards this season. And that is absolutely crazy. Both of their number one pass catchers are both tight ends, and Hunter Henry leads the way with 127 yards. Here's the thing. Hunter Henry got 109 of those yards against Seattle, and he's not going to have as much success against the New York Jets in coverage. Why? Well, because again, CJ Mosley getting hurt and in the introduction of a younger and faster Jamien Sherwood gives him the ability to keep up with tight ends much, much better, especially in coverage, especially because he was a safety in college who then transferred and became a linebacker at the NFL level. So again, this is going to sound like I'm hating on CJ Mosley, and it's not. I love CJ on this team. I love how cerebral he is. I love how smart he is. but he's very clearly lost a step. And the New York Jets need to figure out a way to get CJ onto the field without sacrificing the speed and the ability that Jamie Sherwood provides. And maybe you do that by putting CJ Mosley as the weak side linebacker instead of the Mike. And instead of Jamie Sherwood coming off the field when we go into nickel, CJ goes off the field when we go into nickel. We'll have to see what the plans are, but the passing attack for the New England Patriots has been absolutely abysmal. And when you take into consideration that Jacoby Brissett has failed to have over 150 throwing yards in either of the two games, you can see where load up the box, put the wide receivers one-on-one against our defensive backs, and let those guys just cover. Our defensive back room is far, far better than anything that the New England Patriots have in the wide receiver group, and keeping those guys one-on-one isn't going to be a problem. Load up the box and do what teams did to the New York Jets all of last year with Zach Wilson. Force Jacoby Brissett to beat you in the air, because they have shown that they can't. I don't think New England has a single receiving touchdown this year. They might have one, actually, because I think Jalen Polk got one, and I don't have the stats right in front of me. I think he got one receiving touchdown, which just goes to show just how inefficient their offense has been. And the last thing that the New York Jets can really, really target when it comes to the New England Patriots and attacking them and making sure that they're not going to have a good time is attacking them through the air early and often. The New England Patriots defense has actually been relatively decent in, being able to stop them, but we need to open up the run game. And the biggest area that the New England Patriots are kind of having success on their team is on the defensive line. There's no one in that secondary that you're all that worried about in New England, especially with the fact that Jabril Peppers is listed as questionable. He has a shoulder injury, and I think he has been by far their best defensive back this year. So if he misses the game, or even if he plays the game but is playing hurt, and that's a lot of what's going on with New England. 3 of their offensive linemen are playing hurt, if they play at all, so we should be able to bully them there. There are 3 players on their defense that are listed as injured, either questionable to play or just out. And so there's a lot of turnover that we're starting to see with the New England Patriots against the New York Jets. And so let's attack them through the air early and often, forcing them to spread out so that we can control the game on the ground and use the Killer Bees to be the absolutely lethal group that we know they can be, and what we saw in the second half of last week's game against the Titans. The game plan shouldn't be all that much different. It should be Aaron Rodgers telling Hackett to get out of his headset, calling his own plays, and executing the second half offense that we saw against the Titans, against the New England Patriots from play 1. Let's get creative. Let's get the Killer Bees involved. More 21 personnel, more 22 personnel, because the strength of this team is in the running back room. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is there any other key to victory that you think the New York Jets should absolutely maximize to make sure that we walk away with a dub tonight? I'm so excited. If you guys want to watch the game with some friends, Green Bean is having a Thursday Thick of It plus the live watch party, melding of the minds. 5 people all on one screen, all Jets fans watching with you guys. I'll be in the chat, so head over there. Guys, I'm so excited. Let me know what I should do with the background of the new house. I've got a couple of ideas. I don't know what we're doing. Priority number 1 is getting curtains over these things so that I don't look as orange. We figured out that's what's causing it. I want to put my lights back up, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And last but not least, go Jets.